Yo, what's up? It's your boy Loop Pleasure. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make beat like this. Okay, let's go. First, I did a sample in a separate project. The tempo is on 138, and as you see, I only use analog lab. Our presets are from my upcoming bank, and this is the first one. The theory of this pattern is really easy. As you see, key is G minor and I use G in 3 octave, 5, 4 and 3. And the next note is the tension notes, D and D sharp. I just made a simple rhythm with that and then I just repeat that. This is the next sound we have. And as you see, again I did the same thing. I repeat the G sharp in 3 octave and then I add a melody on top of that. And I use another tension notes here, A and A sharp. Also I use C. Next pattern we have this preset. It's a bass and this is what sounds like without any effect. And this is what sounds like with effect. And in this pattern I use G in 2 octave. As you see, I just made a simple rhythm with that. I send the last two notes 1 octave up, and in the last bar I change the root note. I send that 4 semitone down to make it really dark, you know. In mixer, on first two sound, as you see, it's just a EQ, and I route them into the another channel and I add the compressor, just boost that a little bit. And for this bass sound that I filter that, we have EQ, bellot overdrive to boost the sample, another EQ, I add 240 chorus and I turn the mix on almost 60%. And for last effect we have Portal, it's from my upcoming bank. And for next sound we have this bass. I just filter that in the mixer, as you see. As you see, we have only G, that is our root note, and in the last bar I send the G 4 semitone down to make it dark. For last sound we have this vocal pad. In mixer I add the EQ that looks like a cat, and then we have 40 chorus with default preset, and for last plugin we have crystalline reverb. For theory of this pattern we have G in 2 octave, that is our root note, then we have D again in 2 octave, and also we have these two tension notes, A and A sharp. I just made a simple melody with these two notes. For arrange, we have the first pattern in the whole sample, and in first 16 bar we have the second pattern, and in the second 16 bar I remove that. I did add that filtered bass here, and I add the main bass and the vocal pattern in the second 8 bar of the each part, as you see. In mixer, first thing I did was I select all the channels and then I route all into the one channel to make a bass channel. First we have this plugin, Little Radiator, it's a saturation, it just boosts the sound a little bit. Next we have this plugin, it's a compressor and EQ. I just select the vocal warmer preset and I turn the bass a little bit down. After that we have Soothe, just for cut the harsh frequency, as you see. Then I did add the ozone dynamic, it's a multi-band compressor and it's really easy to working with this plugin. First you have to click on this plus everywhere you want and then click on the learn and play the sample. I usually compress each band a little bit, as you see. Next we have EQ, I boost the sub frequency, and then we have sound shifter, I pitch that up 1 semitone. We have another Soothe to cut the harsh frequency. Next we have ozone imager. I did the same thing that I did in ozone dynamic. First you need to make your band, and then I did boost these two bands like 30% each one. And also I did turn the stereoizer option on from here. for last plugin we have sound shifter. I just pitch that up again 1 semitone. After I did mix the sample, I rendered that out and I put that into another project and I did the drum. First thing I did before the drum was pitch automation. To making that, just open your sample, put that on storage, turn the range up to 12 and then create automation from this pitch knob. And your automation should be look like this. And if you want to make the tape stop effect, you should make the automation like this. Also, I did create automation from volume knob. For drums, I use this sound, all sounds from Annabella Multikit, link is down below. First we have the hi-hat. And as you see, it's just a 2-step pattern with few rolls. Here we have these rolls. If you want to make rolls like this, go here, select this snap and change it to 1/3 beat. And then add your rolls. And for the next one here, I change that to 1/6. Also at end of the bar, we have these 2 rolls. The snap is on 1/3 step. And in second part, I change the snap to 1/2 step and I add few rolls. In mixer, we have the reverb and a stereo shaper to pan that to the left a little bit. After that, we have these 2 collab. I just layer them together. And for 808, I use 2 808. This is the first one. And for second 808, I just use the spins. I use these 2 808 at the same time as you see the pattern. And if you want to do that, you should go on your 808 sample and make these 2 numbers same in both 808 as you see. First, I start with the spin, just follow the root note. Then we have the second 808. And at end of the bar, it sounds like this. After that, we have open hat. I did the same thing. I make the cutoff number same. Is the reverse open hat. And this is the second one. When you make these 2 numbers same, when the second sound play, it cut the previous sound. And this is the snare pattern. I just used a MIDI from my new drum kit. Also, I did use this transition effect from Annabella Multikit and I put that like every 16 bar. This was the first part of the beat that we had 8 bar for intro and 24 bar for hook and verse. After that, I make a switch up right here. I really love this switch up. First thing I did was make unique the sample by clicking on the top left of that and then select make unique. And then I pitch a sample 5 semitone up and I create automation from the pitch knob. And in next 4 bar I add synth bass from the Annabella Multikit. It's from GMS. It just follow the root note. And for drum, I just make unique each pattern and I send 808s up 4 semitone. In first 8 bar of the new part, I sidechain 808 to the bass. First I select both 808 and I route them into another channel to make a bass channel. And then I add peak controller on the bass channel, and on the bass I add the EQ. And then on the EQ right click on this band and select link to controller. And from here select the peak and accept that. And in peak controller, first put the peak on 50% and then turn the volume down until the band in the EQ touch the floor like this. And and then just play with the decay. I usually put that like on 20%. So when you're doing this, your 808 don't collide with synth bass anymore. On the master we have the limiter, and this is what I did. If you want to make your beat sound really hard and distort, first put the limiter on master, turn the envelope knobs all the way down, then ceiling all the way up, soft saturation on almost 60%, somewhere like this, and then add gain like less than 2 decibel. And for leveling, sample is on almost 9, hi-hat is almost on 12, and for collapse I keep that on almost 3. These two should hit on 3 at the end, not each one on the 3, okay? And for 808, first the S-pin I boost that from here, and also I cut the out from here, and in mixer it's hit on almost +3. And second one it hit on almost -2. And for open hat and percussion, I usually keep them under -12 or -15. For S-snare and S-snare roll, I usually put that on under -6 or -9. Also in the second part, I add this yeat bell. And the last thing I did was the glove filter automation. It's default preset. I just create automation from cutoff knob. And yeah, that was it. You can get the drum kit from the link down below. Hope you liked this video. See you in the next one. Peace out.